Is renting a home the new American dream? I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. Some people are saying that people should be happy being renters, and that goes right along with remember the quote, "You'll own nothing and be happy." Remember that? Let's take a look at this Bloomberg article today. First of all, hey everybody, my name is JJ. You're watching Bull Boom Bear Bust. It's Friday, June 18th, 2021. Coming up on Father's Day and holiday weekend. Kind of nice. Hope everyone is relaxing and staying cool. And all that good stuff. Barbecue if you can still find meat. And if you can buy meat without going broke, or maybe you have your own farm and you have your own source of meat, or maybe you're a hunter and you get your own meat and you don't have to worry about the grocery store. Come on, JJ, I'm a vegetarian. Stop talking about meat. Let's get to the point. Let's get to the news. All right, I hear you. Let's talk about this. Bloomberg, they're coming right out and saying it. America should become a nation of renters. The very features that made houses an affordable and stable investment are coming to an end. Now, this is an op-ed, so of course an opinion piece, and we're going to take a look at who gave this or who put this article out, who's giving these opinions. It's Carl Smith. And without even looking at his profile, I'm going to guess that he went to an elite school. He's got multiple degrees, and he's defined as an expert in his field, blah, blah, blah. Think about this. They're saying America and Americans should become a nation of renters, and that it's a good thing. Why? Because home prices are too high, that only the mega rich and mega corporations are going to be able to afford homes. But why are home prices high? Right, because of all the lending that's put out there. The more lending, the higher home prices go. We all know that by now. And because of unlimited debt, and also because mega corporations can come in and buy as many homes as they want to. And some of these same mega corporations buying lots and lots of homes in the US are also only in business because of the fiat never-ending money lending system. All right, but quick excerpt out of this article. Rising real estate prices are stoking fears that home ownership, long considered a core component of the American dream, is slipping out of reach for low and moderate income Americans. That may be so, but a nation of renters is not something to fear. In fact, it's the opposite. Right? So being a renter for the rest of your life is something not to fear. Okay, it goes on to tell about how home ownership has declined. It started rising here a few years ago, but it's starting to drop once again. That's the topic we've been covering here pretty extensively, so I won't go too much into that. But more on this op-ed, just think about what he's saying here. He's saying that the rising home prices, which have been caused by the money printers, is the reason why people shouldn't want to own a home now. And this type of thinking goes along the lines of the New World financial system, where all of the wealth is consolidated up to the very, very top, the tippy top of the pyramid, and essentially everyone else is just renting or borrowing or living off of the people at the very top, the ones closest to the money printer. Now, some people call this trickle-down economics. I've never fully agreed with that term or that definition. Money printing pyramid scheme is what I call it, one of the many names that we've given it here on this channel. You see, once you're allowed to print or digitize unlimited amounts of money, then the ones that have that power, in this case the banks and the bankers behind the banks, they will have most of the wealth and ultimately all of the wealth. And if not those actual people, then the companies or corporations that they decide who gets to be too big to fail, for example. Right? Who gets to be in the elite club? Is that going to be you and me? Probably not. Are they going to tell you and me that we have to give up a larger and larger portion of our paycheck to help pay for all these programs and help pay for all these roads? Of course, they're going to tell us that. Because remember, 99.9% of people have no idea what a fiat currency even is. 99.9% of people in America, they know more about the Kardashians than they know about the money printing and lending system. 99.9% of people in America know more about their favorite movie and what the favorite actor said and the favorite food that their favorite celebrity eats, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I have my own vices. I love music, and I'm kind of a music junkie, and I've spent a lot of money through the years on CDs, and of course now everybody's downloading stuff and just streaming stuff. We all have our own vices that we spend money on that we don't really need, entertainment stuff. But at the same time, it would be nice if people knew more about the financial system in the monetary system. That way people wouldn't be susceptible to stuff like this, trying to get people to believe that being a renter for the rest of your life is good, which is completely nonsense. All right, let's take a look at Carl W. Smith and see his academics here. Carl W. Smith, a Bloomberg op-ed columnist. He's formerly the vice president for federal policy at Tax Foundation, an assistant professor of economics at University of North Carolina. He also co-founded the economics blog at Modeled Behavior. Also, let me guess, by his background there and his resume, I'm guessing he probably owns at least 3 or 4 homes of his own. But he's telling you and I that we need to be renters for life and be happy about it. So Carl, if you're watching, please tell us how many homes you own. Tell us down in comments. You know what? I doubt Carl's actually watching. But Carl, if you are watching or listening, if you think renting is so good, how's about give me your homes? I'm sure you have several. And let me rent it to you. That sounds like a good deal, right? Guess what? Even if he is listening, I don't think he's going to take me up on that deal. Do you? Right now, on the topic of home ownership, let's take a look over the past just few years and see how it has risen. So these are the people that own their homes and they're not renters. So 63.7% in 2016, jumped up 2017, 2018, and 2019. So as of 2019, it was about 35% of U.S. population was renters and 65% were owners. But that number has begun dropping here at the end of 2020 and here into 2021, here in the first 6 months. And if the inflation continues, it's likely going to get worse. We're going to see more and more percentage of the population, bigger percentage of the population having to rent. But here's the really sad news. Even if home prices drop, that's just going to have the mega corporations and the big money investors come in and buy homes even faster, even more heavily, because they'll be able to come in and outbid all of the people. And if we did see deflation, banks would probably tighten their lending, so the average person would have a hard time getting a loan, making it to where cash buyers and the big money can get the first dibs at the home. So even if prices come down, it's not actually going to be a big solution. It could actually be like we saw at the end of the financial crisis when the housing bubble went bust. Remember, home ownership dropped because all these people lost their homes and the mega corporations came in and cleaned up. And they're actually still doing it now. A lot of corporate buyers are coming in now and outbidding the average person for their home. So we're going to wrap this up. It's going to be a short one today. Let me know what you think about this article, please. Should the dream for Americans, the American dream now, is going to be a renter for the rest of your life? And how are homeowners going to handle it? I know myself, my property taxes keep going up. Luckily, we have limits here on how high they can raise the taxes here in California. But when property values go up, guess what? They're going to increase your taxes in most places, in most states. And that may not seem like a very bad thing. I mean, I'd rather have a home paid off and just pay taxes versus renting for the rest of my life, of course. But what if the income dries up? What if the payout programs stop? What if the money printers stop paying out all these programs and all these payouts, and a lot of these homeowners may not even be able to afford their taxes even if their home's paid off? Once we start getting further and further down the road here, possibly into hyperinflation. Pretty scary times, folks. Let me know what you think. Is this op-ed accurate? Should people be happy being a renter? And do you think Carl will contact me and give me his home so I can rent it to him? Let me know. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Have a good weekend. Bye for now.